All right, when Donald Trump introduced his tax plan, and it was his first putting pen to paper with a plan of any sort on some of the key issues, it was greeted with a lot of widespread praise, but it had a feature that bugged some. That is a 0% rate that would add 75 million American households to the don't pay a thing in taxes category, almost half the American households. Bobby Jindal is also running for president. The Louisiana governor says that is a problem. He doesn't want the very poorest to pay 15, 20, 25%. 2% would do it for him as long as everyone has skin in the game. Governor, was that your argument for this?
Absolutely, Neil. Look, I think everybody should pay something. The reality is too many Americans now think money just grows on trees. We've got this ridiculous, out-of-control government spending, $18 trillion of debt. I think earned success is so much better than unearned success, even 2%. That may be the most important 2% in my entire tax plan. I think everybody should pay at least something towards the government. All
right. All tax rates go down under your plan. The question then comes up, will those who are paying at least something to provide extra revenue to the government? Because, you know, people crunch numbers all the time. Sure, Governor, and they say your plan, all these other plans are not going to be revenue neutral. You say what?
I say, look, I'm proud that my plan is different in 3 distinct ways from other Republican plans. We all have lower rates and do other things. One, as we've noted, everybody pays something. Secondly, we zero out the corporate tax rate to create more jobs and income in America, not overseas. But third, Neil, I explicitly say we're reducing government revenue, and we're proud of that. We need to shrink the size of government. We cut government revenue 22% over 10 years. I've reduced the size of government spending in Louisiana. We've cut our budget 26% in 8 years. If we're not serious about shrinking the size of government, we need to go home. This is one of the central arguments of this election. Do we allow government to continue to grow? You can't grow the American economy unless you shrink the government economy. So, look, I know liberals are attacking me for requiring everybody to pay something. They're attacking me for shrinking government. We did that on purpose. Those aren't defects. Those are intentional features of our tax reform.
What did you think of Hillary Clinton now coming out against this Trans-Pacific Partnership, this deal with our Asian trading partners minus China, to counter China and to help the American worker? The president thinks it will. She came out and said just a couple hours ago it won't.
Well, Neil, look, it's hard to keep up with her shifting positions. I guess she looked at a recent opinion poll. Remember, at one point she was kind of for the Keystone Pipeline. Then she was going to be quiet about it till the president decided. Now she's against it. You know, now we're finding out she was involved in the early negotiations on this trade deal.
What about you? Are you for it?
She seemed quiet about it. Look, I'm for trade. I think free trade's good, fair trade's good for our country. I was not for giving this president fast-track authority only because I don't trust this president. I want to see, unlike Hillary, I actually want to see the details of the plan of the trade deal before I make a final decision. In general, I'm for trade. I think it can be good for our country. And, you know, one other point about our tax code, I do want folks to understand, folks at every income level earn more under our plan. It's a pro-growth plan. Could add up to 6 million jobs, nearly 6 million jobs. So at every income level, people earn more. I still think that's consistent with the principle that folks should pay at least something, a little bit, at least something.
Were you among the presidential candidates who got Hillary Clinton's book? I think she sent it to all of you guys.
I did. She sent her book to me, and I responded to her. I'm happy to read it as soon as she finds time to watch those Planned Parenthood videos. I'd be more than happy to take time to read her book if she can find time to watch those videos. Neil, I don't think I'm going to be reading that book anytime soon.
Did she sign it to you?
I do believe it was addressed to me by name.
Really?
I don't know if she signed it or an aide signed it or it was auto-penned, but it was addressed to me. But like I said, I'm more than happy to read her book. I want her to watch those videos. We got a science denier. She refuses to say baby. She keeps saying fetal research or fetal tissue or specimens. You know, I think that if she'll watch those videos, I'll make that deal on the air. I'll read her book as soon as she watches the videos.
All right. You know, in the latest polls, and I know we're always focusing too much on these, I think you're right about that, but you're percolating in a couple of them here. You've moved up a little bit here, and I'm wondering, how much do you focus on them? And do you worry if Donald Trump continues to steal all the oxygen in the room and all these other alternative candidates like Ben Carson, Carly Fiorina, continue to dominate the scene?
Oh, not at all. Our strategy has been the same. And you're right, we are moving up in the polls here in Iowa. We've moved up significantly. We're spending time on the ground talking to voters. We're in the top 5 here. Different polls have shown us doing very well. But, you know, our strategy hasn't changed. We're answering the tough questions. I'm the only one that's done things, not just talked about things. We canceled Planned Parenthood's contract. We're the only one with a plan to get rid of Obamacare. We're the only one that's cut government spending. What I think voters are saying is they're tired of both parties They want somebody to fight for them. They're tired. They're angrier at the Republicans who tell us one thing, get elected, do another. At least the Democrats are honest. I mean, they're honest socialists with Bernie Sanders, whereas the Republicans, they say they're going to stop Planned Parenthood and the Iran deal and Obamacare and amnesty. Nothing gets done. I think they're looking for somebody that's going to fight for them. We've got that proven track record. We're going to earn it on the ground. I know the D.C. folks want to clear the field, but the voters in the early states get to decide. That's why I think we're doing better in these polls.
All right, Bobby Jindal, thank you. Very good seeing you again.